From our studios in Wausau, the award-winning News Channel 7 at 6 starts now.
One man is seriously injured in an overnight fire in Weston. It raises more questions about the condition of the mobile home park where he lives and sparks a confrontation.
I'll break that thing.
That's caught on tape. We have team coverage in our top story at 6. Good evening, I'm Jeff Talon.
And I'm Susan Ramsett. An early morning fire at a mobile home park may have started near a kitchen stove. That's what the Weston Fire Chief Mike Pierce is telling us.
Fire officials say the man who was rescued from that fire was first taken to St. Clair's Hospital and later flown to UW-Madison's Burn Center. Our Todd Hicks joins us now live from the newsroom. And Todd, I understand the fire actually escalated after crews arrived?
Jeff and Sue, I'm told there were no flames when firefighters arrived just before 1 this morning at Green Acres Mobile Home Park. Our crews were also on the scene as firefighters battled the blaze. According to Weston Fire Captain Chris Grodd, smoke turned to flames once the door to that home was pried open by rescuers.
Our units found heavy smoke coming from a mobile home. Upon opening the door, they found a victim, which is located right by the front entrance of the door.
Authorities are not yet releasing the name of the man pulled from the fire. Neighbors I spoke with tell me the man was a good neighbor but quiet and kept to himself. Now they also tell me they believe that man lived alone.
Todd, do we have any idea if the fire was because of some kind of a malfunction or a burner left on?
I spoke with the fire chief earlier and he told me right now it's hard to pinpoint exactly how it started, but says it started on top of a stove.
All right, Todd Hicks live in our newsroom. Thank you. Well, firefighters put out the blaze at the mobile home, but there is plenty of heat and tension with tenants at Green Acres. Some say the management isn't doing a good job running the park.
The owner of that trailer park, Jerry Stife, asked our crew to leave Green Acres today and refused to go on camera. But we were able to speak with some tenants and the village's administrator. Stephanie Luzier is live in Weston outside of Green Acres. And Stephanie, what are the major issues here?
Well, Jeff and Sue, it's actually quite complicated. On one hand, some of the residents here at Green Acres say they're concerned about the safety in their own homes. On the other hand, the village administrator tells us that some of those people that are complaining are actually behind on their rent.
Idos rents a trailer and says her home isn't safe because the fire alarm doesn't work and her back door can't be used. She says she's told the owner about the problems, but nothing has been done. Batiste admits she is late paying her rent.
We have a front entrance and a side entrance, and if there were a fire towards the back, we'd have no way out because our fire entrance is bolted shut.
But there are other problems within the entire park. The village administrator, Dean Zuliger, tells us that Green Acres is working with contractors to fix the plumbing and road problems that are a major concern for residents.
To get the water quality improved by, periodically flushing their system, working on sanitation issues, working on, stray pet issues, working on the road system in here. They do have signed contracts in place with some contractors to get the work done.
Now, Dean says those repairs should take about a month or so. In the meantime, he says the village is working with Green Acres to send letters to all the tenants explaining how they can make complaints.
Now, Steph, we've also heard that crime is sort of an issue there as well.
It is. I spoke with Everest Metro Police Chief Dan Virgin today. He says that they had more than 70 calls already this year from Green Acres. Now, those calls range from everything from domestic abuse to noise complaints, but he says it is higher than they're seeing than at their other mobile parks in Weston.
And Stephanie Luzier live in Weston. Thank you. The tenants are not the only ones who are stirring up some controversy.
After the owner of Green Acres asked our reporters and photographer to leave the mobile home park, her son-in-law, Paul Knobloch, confronted them on public property and started making threats. Lauren Burgoyne joins us now to tell us more about what happened.
Well, Jeff and Sue, we kept our cameras rolling on purpose to capture the entire heated confrontation today. I had spoken with Paul Knobloch on the phone this morning to get Green Acres' side of the story. He told me what improvements his mother-in-law was making to the property, but refused to be interviewed on camera. He was not hostile towards me until he showed up, where Todd Hicks and I were interviewing tenants. He got out of his vehicle and came storming at our crew.
I'll break that thing.
Hey, you know what?
Turn it away from me.
Hey.
Right now. If you do that again, I'll drop it on your head. I'm telling you right now.
Todd, Nick, and I tried to reason with him calmly and gave him another chance to be interviewed. He threatened us and said if I included what he had told me during our phone conversation or if we aired any of this footage, there would be, quote, issues. I told him that he could not threaten us, and he told us to call the police. Todd called 911, and officers from Everest Metro arrived on the scene while Knoblauch went inside Greenacre's office. And Jeff and Sue, we did tell Police Chief Dan Vergine exactly what happened and showed him our footage. He said we were well within our rights, and he cited Knoblauch for disorderly conduct. And of course, you can see the rest of that confrontation on our website at WSAW.com.
Now, Lauren, it sounds like the issues at Green Acres are really just coming to a head today. What happens next?
Well, right now the village is working with the owners to handle some of the tenants' complaints, and of course we'll have more as the progress continues over there.
All right, Lauren Burgoyne, thank you. Well, he's already charged.